Hello, this is Mr. Rogers, and I'd like to take a minute to show you how Lichess can really help your child become a better player. So let's get started. Looking at this particular game, you come up to your name on the right. Make sure that you're logged in. That's number one. And that way you're sure that every game that you play is recorded. So that's important. Over on the left-hand side here are all of the categories. One I'm going to go to immediately is the teams. And thank you very much for getting me all those usernames and passwords so that we could get your child on our Chess Cats team. On the team, I can go to any student here and I can click on their name, open them up, and see exactly how many games they've played. This student has played 106 games with wins, with losses, with draws. And not only that, but every game is stored. So I can come to any game that this student has played and I can load it up and I can replay that game move for move. And you can see here that there's also the ability to analyze. So every game can be analyzed and the machine does it for the student. So down here on this graph, you can see at the bottom, there is the dark half and the light half. So the dark half is black advantage and the top half is white advantage. You can see here in this game that white has had quite an advantage throughout the game. So it'll also put on symbols to show the kids when they're making a mistake or a questionable move or even a blunder. And over here, they even have this section to where it'll walk the student through each part of the game and give them feedback on how well they did. Now, our class is only 75 minutes a week. That is not nearly enough time to get really good at this game. So I really recommend at home to spend at least 30 minutes a night to do self-study and go in and just play and play and play. To study, though, you would come over to this section called Learn and click on Chess Basics. And here you can see all these wonderful lessons that are here that help the student to learn how pieces move, the fundamentals of chess, and some intermediate and advanced sections for that. Going into one of these, let's say it's the queen, the beautiful thing about these is they're set up like a game so they can, they have to capture the stars. At first it seems easy, but as you get more advanced, really the key here is to be efficient. How can I get all these stars and get a 3-star score, right? And that means going to each one and planning. It's a lot of planning in order to get all these stars in the right order. So that's really exciting for the students, and they really get a sense of space and line, and that really is how it works with this. After Chess Basics, they would move into practices, and there are 32 lessons here, and Checkmate, Basic Tactics, which is essential to play this, pins, forks, skewers, Zwigs, intermediate tactics, very important, all of these, and then finally end games are extremely valuable to know while you're playing this. So you can see the Learn is a great part of this program, and every day the students come in, I take attendance. I see if they're here. That's important. If they're going to get any better, they have to be present. And then I go and I look, and I also have this section to where I see where they are in Lichess. So I'll ask a student, okay, how many of the basics have you completed? How many of the practice lessons have you done? And how many games? So we figure out how many games they've played, win, losses, draws. And the more they practice, the better they get at this. So it's really nice to have that. Back on Lichess, there's so much more that I could show you here, including how we can do our very own in-house tournaments, so students get a sense of how to play with time. But I think it's time to head out. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, please let me know.